Hi there, Michael from Parallax Live here to tell you about March 2015's PlayStation Plus Instant Games Collection, announced by Sony a mere 6 days late, but hey, enough about Sony's ineptitude, let's get straight on with the games. First up this month, on the PlayStation 4 we got Oddworldoddy New Tasty. Now, this was originally released in July of 2014. It garnered a MetaCritic average review rating of 84%, an average user score of 83%. I think those scores are on the low side. When I reviewed this myself, I gave it 95%. It is an excellent 2D puzzle platformer. Don't be fooled by the fact it was updated from a PS1 era game. The game was completely rewritten from the ground up, remastered in the Unity engine. It really shows when you look at those visuals, and the controls have been tightened up. You've got a quick save in there. If you like puzzle platformers, then you will absolutely love Oddworldoddy New Tasty. Second up, on the PlayStation 4 we got Valiant Heart: The Great War. Now, this was originally released in June of 2014, got a Metacritic average of 77% and a user rating average of 82%. Now, this is a 2D side-scrolling adventure based in World War I, very nice cel-shaded graphics as you can see. The critics largely said that this game was a good story, but a shame about the gameplay. The main criticism seemed to be that the gameplay lacked challenge, but it is, keep in mind, a narrative-based game, so maybe that's not so important. Now, first up on the PlayStation 3 this month is Apo and Yo. This was originally released in August 2012. It's got a Metacritic rating of 72%, user average of 82%. Again, one that's more popular with gamers than critics. It's another story-focused adventure. This time it's about a boy and his monster. It's a quite short game, but it's largely well liked, as you can see from that user rating. Next up on the PlayStation 3 is Sherlock Holmes: Crime and Punishment. This was originally released in September of 2014, a fairly recent release then. 73% on Metacritic, 70% in user ratings. Another adventure, this time somewhat reminiscent of the CSI games, offers 8 cases. It's the traditional Sherlock Holmes, not any of the modern updatings, in case you're wondering. It's a little bit bargain basement, but if you're in the mood for a fairly engaging Sherlock Holmes themed adventure, then you could probably do worse. First up on the PlayStation Vita is Olly 2, Welcome to Ollywood. Now, this is actually going to be available on the PlayStation Vita and the PlayStation 4. It's a new release. It's releasing to coincide with the PlayStation Plus Instant Game Collection, but it does already have a Metacritic average rating of 82%. Now, this is a 2D side-scrolling skateboarding sequel. The first game was very well received, albeit criticised for being a little bit limited in scope and a little on the challenging side. The reviews report that everything has been improved for the sequel, although it is still quite challenging. Last up on the Vita is Counter Spy. This will be available for the Vita, the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 3. This was originally out in August of 2014. Has a Metacritic rating of 70%, a user rating of 70%. It's again a side-scroller, although this time it's a cover-based shooter. It's kind of aiming to invoke the 70s spy action vibe. An interesting selection this month, not exactly what I would describe as a classic month. Oddworldoddy New Tasty is easily the highlight of the 6 games on offer for March. In terms of indie games, I would say that Olly 2 looks the most promising. Now, with Microsoft promising to double the amount of games they're offering with Games with Gold for April 2015, Sony really does have its work cut out for them if they're going to compete. Let's hope they can pull it out the bag. If you've enjoyed this video, do please hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.